Andrew Schultz sending strays to Joel Osteen because of MrBeast. What a crossover. I don't know what to do with all of this, okay? So shout out to my guy AC for covering this. I saw his video on it briefly. I didn't watch the whole thing. He had a very short video about it. I wanted to unpack this. If you guys didn't know, MrBeast made the video where he helped facilitate 1,000 people having their site repaired. And the sad part about that is just how simple of a procedure it is, how, available it is, and people are still, especially in America. I thought it was going to be international. I watched the video. It was in America. People can't see and need this simple procedure. I believe it's for glaucoma. I believe that's the technical term, but I'm not 100% sure. Basically, it has like this layer of film over your eye, and you can't see. So anyway, it's real simple. So 1,000 people, a lot of them in America, and MrBeast is catching backlash for it, which is a big wah-wah-wah. And so Andrew Schultz and his Flagrant 2 podcast was talking about it and then sending shots at Joel Osteen. Let's jump into it. Come on.
It's like $3,000, and governments can't fix this.
Is it governments or
he
doctors?
Said, pause it. So that's interesting. He said it was $3,000 and they can't fix this. That's
Does
crazy.
insurance not cover it?
Not for everybody. And everybody don't got insurance.
Well, it's illegal to not have insurance.
Well, you can get bad insurance and then just have a crappy copay where your copay could be $2,000 for $3,000. You know what I mean?
Sheesh.
I think that's also possible. Go ahead.
A little bit. Like, why does he got to pay the doctors? Why aren't the doctors like, maybe I'll donate a little of my time, right? Like, if you're a doctor and you could do the surgery, just go to work early, cure one blind dude a day. That might be a nice thing to do.
They say laughter is the best medicine. Why don't you do some free shows?
I do.
That's actually a point, bro.
Hi, everybody at home. How you doing? A million people watching. Did y'all pay for this?
Cut the break right now.
Be so critical or maybe so cynical. But what he's doing is amazing. And even if you're doing it to get views, if you're doing something great, just fucking do it.
Yeah, who cares?
It is weird when you like videotape yourself like giving a homeless person money. Like those TikToks are a little bit weird. But when you up the stakes to medical procedures
and 1,000 people.
The other difference I think with this stuff and like giving a random guy $1,000 is like the amount that you volunteer for it. Like he put out an ad being like, hey, if you're blind, show up. Like people are opting in to be a part of the experience.
Right.
Whereas like a homeless guy that's desperate, he's like, hey, here's money, but the only way you're gonna get it is if you let me post this video. Like
That's a great
it seems
point.
like extortionary, whereas what he's doing here is like, hey, come if you have problems, we'll help you.
That's a great point.
And we see from his track record that he puts that money back into doing stuff like this.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like he has to monetize this video so that way he can continue making money so he can continue doing good deeds.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah. It's like you want him to make money
Yeah.
because he just keeps on helping people.
exactly.
He's the one person that you want to make as much money as possible.
Yes.
The more money MrBeast makes, the more people will get helped.
Yeah.
In some way.
He's the nonprofit you trust.
But now here's the thing. If you're like the local church, if you're like the local mosque, if you're the local temple, are you seeing this done by this YouTuber? And are you going, shit, we need to step it up. The fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
Here it comes. Go
You
ahead.
should, but you're not.
No.
Or just a pure acquisition. Like if you're the Catholic Church, you gotta be like, hey, Jimmy, come work for us. All right, we'll make you the Pope.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I don't know why Jews, you guys could do.
I'll make you the Pope.
Yo, that is so funny.
That ain't how it works. I think this gentleman's a Catholic.
Okay, so
Get
if
back
he
to
doesn't
it,
get
guys.
absorbed into a religion, I'm curious when you're watching this, like if you're, what is the guy's name from Houston, Joel Osteen, I think?
Yeah.
Like, is there a little part of him that is envious? Like, is he competitive in the way that, like, comics are competitive? Or is he competitive in the way that, like, athletes are competitive? You know, it's like, oh, shit, when Kobe saw Shaq get his 4th ring, he's like, nah, I need to make sure I get more.
I'm sure they're doing.
Yeah, man, I don't think Joel Osteen's competitive by good works, man. Joel Osteen's like, I can fill a stadium.
Whoa.
Joel Osteen's like, I am competitive. I beat Justin Bieber every Sunday.
Bro, this is funny. So it's an interesting point here.
Yeah.
The point being that Christians should be doing these sorts of things. And maybe we just didn't know. Maybe we just didn't know that there's thousands and thousands and thousands of people that could have a $3,000 procedure, that could get their sight back, that could like completely get their life back. Maybe I didn't know that, if I'm honest with you. I didn't know it was a 10-minute procedure that cost $3,000.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting point that he's making that's actually kind of profound, right? Like if we see in the scriptures that we are supposed to be the hands and feet of Jesus, that's a really profound point that he's making, even though he's kind of brushing right past it. And then to compare it to Joel Osteen, I think makes it even more hilarious because of when they had the big, what was it? They had the tornado or something, some storm.
Yeah, the hurricane.
And then like it took him a while to open up the church and it was like a big deal.
Yep.
Like he caught a lot of negative press for that.
That's fearful.
Ruslan, can you do something like that for 20 people? Not currently, bud. No, I cannot. That's why we sent that an email asking you guys to sign up and help us get the studio built. So no, if I'm honest with you, I cannot. I don't got 60 bands to do that right now. But it is stuff that I do think we can mobilize in at some point.
Yeah, 3,000 doesn't sound a lot until you start stacking multiple surgeries on top of it.
Yeah.
Then you're like, oh, 60 grand. Sheesh.
Yeah, 60 grand is that's a lot. I don't know how y'all think I got it, but I'm not just floating on 60K. Like, yeah, that's not how it is over here. I would love to be there, which is why you guys should, consider signing up for Patreon.
Our friends at Genucel Skincare have exciting news to celebrate in 2023.
Using Manscaped during my showers after workout has given me much more confidence.
And that's where mud water comes in.
True Classic has got your back.
All thanks to the sponsor of today's video, SaveMine.com.
Established Titles is your opportunity to earn the title of Laird or Lady. Subject to credit approval, rates range from 7.99% APR to 19.99% APR, included 0.50% auto pay discount.
If you don't want us to make ads with brands you don't care about, sign up for our online community for as little as $5 a month to keep us independent and ultimately answering to you as our boss. You get all sorts of benefits like daily replays of our after party streams, exclusive access to our Discord community, and early access to our podcast interviews, all starting for only $5 a month.
Organizations are doing something to help the community, but they just don't necessarily have the greatest video and algorithm teams to create the best content.
I also think
Maybe streaming their shit.
Now, this is also true. This is also true. We do a lot of stuff at my local church in terms of helping the local elementary schools, helping multiple nonprofits in the area, missionary work. We do a lot of stuff, but we also don't promote it like
look what we just did.
Yeah, we don't promote it like that. And maybe we should. Maybe we should. The issue is when you do promote it, like Transformation Church does, right? And this is not a shot. This is actually something I think they do well. They give away a lot of money. Mike Todd gives away a lot of money.
Yeah.
When you do promote it, you catch strays in the opposite direction. Look at them flaunting their good works. How dare them, right? Like it goes the opposite direction and people throw shots that way. So it's kind of like you lose from either side. You know what I mean? But go ahead.
What if the new trend, though? What if the new trend was do something extremely good for the most amount of people? And like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You would still get all the haters, but the new trend is like massively impacting people at like an exponential scale because every YouTuber is trying to one up the other person.
Well, for my birthday at the end of 2021, we did donate my birthday and raised, I think, $15,000, and that was enough to build a water filtration system in a part of the world that couldn't afford it. So we've done stuff like that to mobilize people. You know what I mean? All right, let's keep going.
Sunday on TV,
Yeah,
like show what you're doing.
I don't know what they're doing, but I'm saying, like, I imagine some of them are justifying where they're like, oh yeah, we do have this charity, we clothe this many people, we feed this many people. So yeah, we're doing our part.
I know they were turning away people when it was like a big ass storm. I know they were doing that.
Well, maybe Jimmy turned away someone.
Pause it. This man's catching strays. Joel Osteen catching strays. Let's keep going.
Person that was blind, like, hey, let me in. He was like, nope, video's 1,000.
Why are you shitting on Jimmy?
I know, that's crazy.
I'm saying, it could be 1,001. Why didn't he do 1,001? Why don't you ask him that? Why don't you call up Jimmy right
Why
now?
doesn't Joel do one?
That's a good point.
But you know how they spent like 80% of...
He said, why does he do 1,001? He said, why doesn't Joel do one?
Wow. Good. Okay. So that's them throwing shots at Osteen because of them not opening up the churches soon enough. And to his credit, he did open up the churches. Eventually. He did do that. I forgot what hurricane that was.
You know, with such a large stadium, we have to really get a lot of administrative things in order before we just open it up to all the people. And the public doesn't understand it, and I don't expect them to.
That's good, man. That's a good Joel Osteen impersonation. One time for his extra.
That's a very media trained answer.